So if you're a design engineer, you know the deal. You're in this constant battle, right? Trying to squeeze every last drop of efficiency out of your design while the pressure on cost just never lets up. Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at a MOSFET technology that might just be the smart alternative you've been looking for.
All right, here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off with the big challenge every power engineer is up against. Then we'll introduce this really cool new solution, and we'll put it head-to-head with the big guys to see how it performs. After that, we'll uncover the commercial edge, show you how to get your hands on it, and then wrap it all up.
Okay, part one, the modern power challenge. It's all about that balancing act between performance, cost, and reliability. You know, if you're working on any of these low-voltage, high-current systems, the pressure is just relentless. It's this constant juggling act, isn't it? You're trying to push for better efficiency, better thermals, all while keeping a lid on costs. And let's be honest, especially lately, just getting a stable supply of parts can be a nightmare. It's a really tough puzzle.
So how do we start to solve that puzzle? Well, let's dive in and look at a new generation of technology that's been designed from the ground up to tackle this very problem.
And that brings us to Panjit's SGT, which stands for Shielded Gate Trench Technology. Look, at its core, this tech is all about one thing, cranking up the efficiency. It uses a really advanced structure to basically pack more performance into a smaller, way more effective package. So here's the magic behind it. By increasing the cell density and shielding the gate, the technology just slashes that internal resistance, the RDS on. And a lower RDS on means less energy wasted as heat. It's that simple. Then you pair that clever design with a modern clip-bonded package that's awesome at getting heat out, and what you get is an incredibly powerful and efficient little component. Okay, so this all sounds great, but here's the million-dollar question, right? How does this technology actually perform against the established industry leaders? The parts that many of you are probably using in your designs right now. And we are talking about the big guns here. Panjit is going toe-to-toe with the top global brands. We're talking Infineon, Vishay, ANO, and onsemi. These are the companies that have really set the standard in this industry for years. So let's just put them side by side. You can see the trench structure is very similar. The voltage class, right in that sweet spot for tons of industrial designs. And check this out. That all-important RDS on value is right there in the same ballpark as the top brands. It's clear Panjit is playing in the same league, performance-wise. And really, this is the bottom line. For the vast majority of mainstream industrial and consumer applications, anything running under 48 volts, you are getting comparable technical performance. You are not making a compromise on the core electrical specs, period. Now that performance directly translates into real-world efficiency, because in these low-voltage, high-current systems, our number one enemy is conduction loss. And remember this from school. That loss is just the current squared times that RDS on value. So the lower that resistance, the less power you're just burning away as useless heat.
Let's make that real for a second. At a 40 amp load, which is a pretty common scenario, just by reducing your resistance by 1 single milliohm, you save about 1.6 watts of wasted heat. Now that might not sound like a ton, but that's 1.6 watts of heat you don't have to get rid of, which means a cooler, more reliable system, maybe even without a bigger heatsink. Okay, so we've established that they're on the same playing field, technically. But that's only half the story, isn't it? Now let's get to the part that really makes a difference to the budget. The commercial advantage. This is the number that really makes you sit up and take notice. In a lot of high-volume cases, you could be looking at a potential cost saving of 20 to 30% compared to those top-tier brands. I mean, just think about what that does for your bill of materials. It's huge. So you're probably asking, how's that even possible? Well, it's pretty simple, really. You stop paying for over-specification, for bells and whistles you just don't need. A lot of those top-tier parts are qualified for automotive or have these crazy high specs for niche server applications. If your design is an industrial or consumer product, why should you pay that premium? With Panjit, you're paying for what your design actually needs. And hey, it's not just about the upfront cost. There is a massive advantage when it comes to the supply chain. We've all been there, right? The pain of allocations, the crazy long lead times. With Panjit, you get much more flexibility, a lower risk of your production line shutting down, and that means a faster time to market for you. All right, so we've got a great component. It's cost-effective, and you can actually get it. So what's next? How do you actually get this stuff into your design and get the support you need along the way?
And this is where a company like TwinWin Group comes into the picture. You should think of them less like just a supplier and more like a strategic partner. As the authorized distributor, their whole job is to make it easy and safe for you to adopt Panjit technology from start to finish.
What they bring to the table is, well, they pretty much handle the whole shebang. They've got flexible minimum order quantities, fast global shipping, and they can even help you consolidate your entire bill of materials. So from getting you technical support and samples to optimizing your costs and handling logistics, they manage it all in one place.
So, let's bring this all home. When you put it all together, what's the smart decision for your next project? The choice you're making is a strategic one. This isn't about making a compromise. It's about getting the performance you need, but with a major cost advantage and a supply chain that's actually reliable and flexible. It's the perfect combination of all three. It's the trifecta. And getting started is super simple. If you want to get your hands on some samples, find a cross-reference for a part you're already using, or just get a quote for your next build, all the contact info for TwinWin Group is right here. Just reach out. At the end of the day, using Panjit through a partner like TwinWin Group gives you a really clear, proven path to lower costs, a stable supply, and a faster time to market. So the only real question left is, what could that advantage mean for your next design?